Go live to see what would happen here if I go live. TikTok live. I think we're live. So I haven't done TikTok live in a long time. Let's see what happens here. Alrighty. Alright then, folks. Alright then, folks. So here we go. TikTok live. Following, trying to see what's up here, what's going on here on the TikTok. Haven't been on here in a while. I plan to start doing more of these TikTok videos because I feel like I can add some value to this. All right. Oh, hey, what's up, brother? How you been, man? Okay, I thought he was on here. Okay. All right, here we go. Trying to see if I can. Yeah, I haven't been on TikTok live in a long time. I need to get back on here so that I probably can build up an audience again. El Almir, what's going on? All right. Luista, what's going on? All right. So I need to get back on here, and try to work on my TikTok live again. So for some of you out there who are in the fitness, and appreciate y'all and everything, and but right now, folks, the thing that I'm working on right now, because I'm also in the personal development space as well, and I am the work I'm doing right now is hugely important because it is, the mental part, and it's that part is actually crucial to your future, like changing your self-image, becoming more positive, and right on. So personal development, that's very huge, but we want to leave that for right now. So I have been on this journey here for a long time now, especially the past year. I have been really dedicated and committed to this journey, working on building up myself, becoming a better person in mentally, physically, and spiritually, and also intellectually as well. All right. So a while back, some years ago, when I decided to get on this journey here, with the intention of changing my life, there were some things I noticed, and I started to, as I progress, as I proceed, as I progress, I begin to learn some things. I learned more about myself, and it was very interesting at the time when I was going through the change. So I noticed that I wasn't given the information to help me to become successful. That information was not given. I was given a program which will eventually lead me down into the gutter. That's pretty much what I got. Right? I decided to do something about that. I decided to change. At least change the programming that I was given to freely at birth. It's like, here is your program, Rayan. Take it and go out there into the world. And I did not understand what I need to be doing at the time. Right? So, when I got on the journey, hey, too spooky for you. What's up, brother? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you, man. Much love, much love. Much love, brother. Much love. I has been great, brother. I mean, much love, man. I appreciate you. I really do, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your support over the years, man. You have been wonderful to me, and hopefully one day when I come to your city, we can get to hang out, because you have been a great fan of mine, and I really appreciate it. So thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for being so kind, and happy holidays to you, and I hope you and your loved ones are doing well, as I really appreciate you, right? So those years when I get out on the journey, and I started out. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. That's good to know. That's good to know. I always try to see if I can inspire somebody in some way, somehow, some way, shape, or form. And I'm just doing my best out here, right? Yeah. And so one of the things that I noticed back in the day, I acquire a lot of baggages along the way, not understanding what I was doing really, but it happens, and I'm like, okay, what the heck do I do now? Where do I go from here? So I stumbled upon something called personal development. I was blown away by it. Never heard it before. Alright, so right there and then, once I heard that, it was like something turned on into my head. It's like a light bulb turned on. It was like, all right, here it is. This is the information I've been looking for all of my life. I just knew it right there and then. At the time, I was living in a certain city, and I packed my stuff up, and then I went up to the Bay Area, in California. I did that. So I made that move, and that was a blessing when I made that move. And up into the Bay Area, I got to meet nice people up there as well too, and from there, from the Bay Area, I made a move down here to Colorado, and that's when the real change starts, because it's when I start to hit the gym, right, and I start to run, and I also start to do the mind practices. That has changed the game for me. So hybrid fitness, meaning running plus working out, push-ups, pull-ups, lifting weights plus running. That has changed the game for me. All right, and then couple that, combine that with the mind practices, and this is when the light turned on. It was like, okay, what is going on here? Why haven't I learned this information long time ago? So things has changed. And these baggages that I acquire along the way, so these baggages I acquire along the way. Now, they begin to fade away over a long period of time. And they just keep on going away, little by little, bit by bit, piece by piece. I have a couple of them left. And I understand that they are large right here. Now, it is my job to remove them. And that is what I set out to do on a daily basis. So when I get up in the morning and I said, okay, this is what I am going to do. I am going to remove the pain from the past because I want to live a life, you know, because I said I want to live a life free of pain from the past. So it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what happens to me in the past. It's of no big deal anymore. It happens already, and now I am going to change that for myself, and hopefully I can show a few more people how to make the change themselves, right? So that's something that I set out to do, and that's, so there are some things that I have to, do along the way, because like I said in the beginning, I didn't know exactly what I was even trying to do, other than what I heard these people were talking about. They were saying that you can earn money and you can become rich, which is good and it's cool. But it's kind of the wrong way how to go about this type of work here. Yes, we all would like to make money, but that's not how you earn money. You earn money by providing a product, a service, or some form of entertainment. That is how you earn money. Okay, I'm talking not well, and you can go to a job, but we're not talking about job money. Everybody knows how to go to a job. We're talking about earning money from a skill that you develop, which pays you different. It's very different from when you go to your job and earn money. It's not the same, right? So they say, you can earn money. So I went in there with that in mind, and that was good because it motivates me. But when I look back at it, I'm like, there's a downside to it as well, because if you do not make the money within a certain time frame, you will start to lose interest, and then you will quit, and we don't want to do that. So I took a different approach. I wanted to get happy first. That was one of the first thing I wanted to do, get happy first. And that's when I decided to start to focus on put the happiness back into my life. And how do I did that? I fell in love with this thing called reforestation. And it was a great analogy, while I was watching it. So something that was interesting about reforestation, these people came upon this dry, arid, barren land. Nothing is on there. Rocky, stony, just dry. And then I noticed when these people these farmers start to, work the soil and till the soil and work on it. So what they would do is they would plant trees, they would plant shrubs, they would plant fruits and veggies and other types of foods and flowers and so forth. And I noticed something interesting. From that barren land, which is now a food forest, which can feed large portion of of the population. It's interesting. Now, when you look at those food forests over a period of time, the rabbits come back, the birds comes back, butterflies, caterpillars, bees, all these animals, tigers in some cases, depends on the country you are in. They all comes back. They weren't there before the food forest was planted. Life comes back, exactly. Life comes back. And I notice, because from listening to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, where he was giving an analogy, where he talking about the land, the soil and the mine, and he said that if you plant poison into the soil, that's exactly what you're going to get back in abundance. And he said if you plant poison into your mind, that's exactly what you're going to get back in abundance, because the mine and the soil works similar. So I start to watch a lot of these food forest videos, permaculture, I think that's what they call them, and I noticed the similarities. And when I start to work on my barren soil, which is my my mind. Because at the time, what was going on at the time? Resentment, bitterness, things that happens to me in the past. I was focusing so much on the negative, and these things happen over a period of time. And I decided to start doing the work. But I noticed over a period of time, once I start putting in the work, I slowly but surely, my happiness begins to return. I begin to become more joyful again. Right? That's a huge one. That is a huge one. And I was looking at that one too. And yeah, that was I was looking into the Chernobyl, where that's one place where no human goes there, and it is filled with animals. I know, one of the most flourishing places on the planet. Yeah. And so that was going on in my life at the time. At one time, I noticed, I'm like, the joy, my joy went away, my happiness went away, my peace went away. I was no longer calm, right? And by start to put in the work, but I noticed it began to really accelerate in the last year or so, when I finally make certain move. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate you. When I started to make certain moves, so I went back and I looked back on the things that I was doing in order for me to get to where I was. Because it was a lot of ups and down, fall down, getting back up, and moving forward again. I fell down so many times. My God, I started businesses, it didn't work out, and all of that stuff, and relationships didn't work out, and it was a rough time. And then I have to went through that period where it was just extremely painful. Okay, I have to learn to sit down there with that pain, because I'm trying to understand what the hell is going on here. To ease my mind, I would read Think and Grow Rich: The Legacy. I think that book was written back in 2017, I believe. And one of the guy who inspired me so much, it was Jim Stovall. This man is blind. He lost his sight, I think, at 17 years old. He's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And he was able to create multi-million-dollar empire. So I would read his story over and over and over. I'm like, if this guy can do it with no eyesight, I have no excuse, right? And I would read this man's work. I would, and I would listen to him over and over and over and over and over, right? So his work has helped me a lot. And then I notice when I start to combine hybrid fitness, which means lifting weights, pull-ups, push-ups, working out, plus running, there was a shift happened there. Plus the mind exercises I was doing. So when I say mind exercises, I written them out right here. Okay? So the process I went through. First thing I have to do on that journey, I have to learn how to do this, because it's very hard to do. One, I have to move to a new place. That was one of the first thing I do. So change your environment. That would be it will reduce the stress immediately, right? You don't have to worry about, staying in an environment where you're not supposed to be in, okay? And then the second thing I did, I let go of the things that was causing me the pain. It's tough, but I gotta do it, right? And then, like I said, I combine running plus working out, hybrid fitness, right? And then I started doing these mental exercises, mental practices, because my goal here is to live a life without the pain of the past, without the hurt from the past, without the resentment, without the old trauma, all these things. This is the life that I want to live now. A pain-free life, I do not want to live in pain. I do not want to learn from pain anymore. Right? I want to learn from joys and pleasures and happiness. That's how I want to learn now. I learn a great deal from the pain of the past. No more. So I start waking up in the morning because my wake up time is 4:30. Sometimes I wake up at 2. I'm not even sure why. I'm like, my God, why am I up this early? Not that I want to, but it happens. So the things, when I wake up that time of the morning, I start to do the repetition, the practice, the mind exercises. This is not particularly easy. This one can be very tough. That's why you're going to have to stay with it for a long time. How long? I don't know. It's like me here telling you, hey, you should work out and you should run. How often should you do it? I don't know. Because you know why? I do it 7 days a week. I don't think that you should run 7 days a week. I don't think you should work out 7 days a week because it is a lot of pressure to do that. Okay, Goldie. So the things that I practice when I wake up in the morning. So when I go out into the world, I don't have a whole lot of problems with other people. I reduce the trouble in my life, the problems or the potential trouble, the potential problems, right? I want to reduce that as much as possible because I want to be peaceful, I want to be calm, and I want to treat other people with respect as well. Okay? So when I wake up in the morning, I get to work and I start working right away. So this is what I do. Prayers. You don't need to believe in God. You don't need to be a Christian, anything like that. Just find some prayers and read them. Why? If you are a hostile person, the prayers will help you to reduce your hostility. Because the language of the prayers is more smooth, it's more calm, it's more peaceful. Right? So here you go. Positive affirmations. Don't try to believe anything in the beginning. Avoid believing anything in the beginning. We don't want you to believe anything at all. Stay away from believing anything. Okay? Quotes. Quotes are beautiful. I love them. One of my favorite quotes is by James Allen. He says, mind is the master power that molds and makes, and man is mind, and evermore he takes the tools of thoughts and shaping what he wills, brings forth 1,000 joys, 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret and it comes to pass. Environment is but his looking glass. Beautiful quote by James Allen. Love that one. All right? So quotes. Beautiful. Prosperity affirmations. Please don't try to believe anything here because it's a reason why I'm saying I see people do these things because, prosperity affirmations, if I read them, I will earn money. Maybe. But that's not the reason to do them. You are doing them to remove the blockages. Right? That's the reason why we are doing them. So, personal development. Big, huge one for me. Now, I want you to find some audios from your favorite personal development speakers. Not that many. Get about 5 audios. Maximum maybe 10 probably, but you don't need too many. I want you to listen to the same darn things over and over and over and over and over. That is what I want you to do. Listen to the same thing over and over and over and over. Okay? It's a reason for that. Repetition is what is going to help you to wash away that pain that you're carrying around for all these years. I want you to listen to them and then click on the video itself. Scroll down and look if you see the transcript. If it says transcript, read the transcript. So listen to it and read it. Huge. That will help you tremendously. Repetition is what that's gonna be your best friend there. So read, repeat over and over and over and over and over. Okay? Gratitude. This is a big one. Reason for gratitude is we like to complain. Okay? and we complain so much. Complain makes you miserable, makes you very unhappy, because you are complaining because you are lacking certain things. You're complaining because you don't have enough money. You are complaining because you do not have the job. Okay, I'm working on that right now. Life coach kind of sounds good, but I'm not sure if that's the name I would like to use. I think I wrote, me, I don't know, God, if I wrote down something somewhere here. But life coach is probably, um, I was looking if I wrote down anything here to see if I could have, But let's go with life coaching. I think life coach will probably be the best there. The gym, I love being in shape. I love being fit. I'm not sure if I could become a trainer, personal trainer. I don't know, because it takes a lot of commitment and dedication, and I don't know how many people are willing to do that type of work. I really don't know. So, because today is day 482 days since I have been running. Day 482 days since I've been working out. It takes a lot of commitment and dedication, and I don't know if people really have it in them to do this. So so I think I'm most likely I am going to go the life coach way, and there's a good reason for that, right? So we say these are the things that I practice here on a daily basis. So if you are one of those people like me who ended up with a whole bunch of baggages along the way, as soon as as soon as you go through life, you're acquiring more and more suitcases and bags and luggages and everything else. If you are one of those people, right, that's okay. It's fine. We are going to be working on that with you, because I believe that is something we need to tackle. You need to handle it. The reason for this is we do not want to hurt anybody else, or the people who we are going to meet in the future. They don't deserve the pain that you're going to cause them. They didn't do it. They did not done you anything at all. Whatever happens to you in the past, whoever done you something, screw that person. But right now, moving forward, we do not want to hurt the people who we are going to enter into their lives. And this is why we're going to have to clean up our own mess. The mess we acquire along the way needs to be cleaned up before we enter into other people's lives. It's not fair to those people. We enter into their lives with our trauma, our resentment, our bitterness, our hatred, because of we are still suffering and struggling from the pain of the past. People hurt us, we hurt other people, and we've been doing this for a long time. And there was a time when they're gonna be like, no, I don't want to live like this anymore. So now it's time to change. What do I do now? And this is when my little bullet point thing here comes into play, and this needs to get done. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna have to, because you see the pain, it lodges here. How did it lodge there? It lodges there because of the repetition. Whatever happens there, the situation happens between you and the other person, I don't care how it happens. What I know happens is your subconscious is gonna download it real fast, because it is a negative situation. Very quickly, it can download any of those situations fast. Now, when you keep on memorizing that scene where you have that, where that incident occurred, You memorize it over and over and over. What happened? Repetition, and it becomes a habit now. So the image that keep flashing in your mind, repeating over and over and over, it becomes a habit. Your subconscious mind just love to repeat it to you, repeat it back to you. So it becomes a part of you now. So you would call yourself now an angry person because that is your identity. That has to change. Replace that identity with a new identity. I'm a runner. That's a good one. Yes, I'm a runner. I'm a runner. But you can do that. You can call yourself a runner too. By just start running, for a week straight, 2 weeks straight, keep going, and then eventually you are a runner. So we have to replace those identity, change them, right? And that's exactly what we are planning on doing here. Pain from the past. We need to, wash away the anger, wash away the resentment, wash away the bitterness, wash away the hatred, wash away the old trauma. Now, here is a good one for you. Change your vocabulary. This will happen simultaneously when you start doing the mind practices. Over a period of time, your vocabulary will change. So instead of you using all those cuss words, those curse words that you have been using, you will stop using those curse words and start using better words like love, kindness, caring. And then sometimes, most times or oftentimes, I will sit down and I will look for some of those wonderful words that I want into my vocabulary, and I will repeat them over and over, like peace, love, happiness, harmony, joy, fun, and laughter, kindness, caring, compassion. I will repeat these things over and over and over because I want them to become a part of my life. So these are the words I'm going to be using in the future, often, frequently. So that way it can become a habit. This is how I speak now. I speak positive. I'm a positive speaker, right? I think positive, speak positive, behave positive, act positive. And that's how we want to show up into the world. So when we show up out there, the people who are out there happy to see us, want to see us. They want to be around us because, we're always jovial, we're always happy, positive. Like for me, I don't really get, I don't really have bad days anymore. I used to have bad days. I would start and then my day would just be bad. Now I go to bed happy. I wake up happy. I don't wake up in a bad mood. And if I do wake up in a bad mood, I start to practice, and that mood will go away so fast because I'm not living with that. That is just how my life is these days, right? So, wash away the old trauma, wash away the old resentment, get rid of all of those. They needs to go. Change your thoughts. You hear this all the time. Change your thoughts, change your life. Change your thoughts. Where do you get these thoughts from? Because you need some fresh thoughts. The one that you are living with is causing you too much trouble. The reason why you should change your thoughts are creative. If you keep on repeating something over and over for a long period of time, trust me, it might show up in your life. I've done it before. I know, and I'm like, oh, I just set myself up to fail. Okay? Just like if you tell yourself that, hey, I can't do this, I can't do that, most likely you're not gonna do it. It's negative thoughts. If you keep on telling yourself that I can do this thing here, despite the fact that it's freaking hard, and you look at the mountain you have to climb, these boulders you have to go over, but you keep on saying that to yourself, over a period of time, you will do it. So change your thoughts, change your life. The reason why you should change your thoughts, because your thoughts are creative. And you are using your creative mind, which is your wishes and desires. So anything that you want along those lines. So let's say you want a car. That's coming from your creative mind. You would want to see yourself in a car. So you would like to create that life. A life of you standing up or sitting down in your Lamborghini. That's your creative mind. And your thoughts are creative. And if you keep on practicing your creativity, using your creative thoughts, over and over. You will create that situation into your life. But plus some other things you might have to do, whatever endeavor you decide to take on, you are going to have to develop some principles here along the way. You're going to have to become committed to the journey. Let's say you want to lose some weight. You have to become committed to the journey. You need to be disciplined and you need to be consistent plus action. That is what is going to change the game for you. Okay? This must be done. You can't just sit down on your couch and watch this or think about it. You can't think about, yeah, I mean, you can, but you're going to have to get up and go take the action anyways. So that's why when I, one of my first thing I always trying to tell whenever I get question asked, I will say, yeah, put on your running shoes and go hit the pavement. Do you have a gym membership? No. Get your gym membership and go into the gym. You need to start right now, because if you sit down and wait too long, what happened? That motivation goes away. And another thing too, you don't need motivation. Stay away from motivation as much as you possibly can. I want you to do something called showing up. Even if you don't feel like it, most days, I mean, like it's cold. A few days ago, I did not want to go outside to go run, but I understand. So what do? Put on my running shoes, open up the door, step outside, look outside. It's cold. Walk downstairs, put my earbuds in, and click on Strava to track my time, and I hit the bloody pavement. I head out there. Today was a beautiful day. I was running. I didn't have any sweater or anything like that, any long sleeve, anything on. Just my running shirt I was in, and I did pretty well. I did a 5-mile run, and my pace was 8.34. Not bad at all. So I'm trying to work my way into the 7s right now. But you don't need motivation. Just show up. You do not want to go down to the gym? Yeah, right, exactly. So I shut off my thinking, because if I think about it too much, I might not want to do it. Oh my God, it's cold. It's ice is on the ground, and all these things are true. But I'm not going to listen to my mind telling me, to stay inside because there's ice on the ground out there. Nah. No, don't worry. Believe me, when I started out, I was at 11, I think. I started out in 11 or something like that. I was a slow son of a gun. I was a slow runner. And now I'm trying to get into the 7s right now, and that is not easy. I thought it was going to be easier than I thought. And I'm like, my God, I didn't know it was just this hard to get into the 7s, because people who are running in the 7s are actually, they're not necessarily Olympic runners level, but still, these are like in the 7s. You are like that's a pretty decent level for you to be at. You are where you can run a freaking marathon in less than certain time, right? And I did 5 miles. I think I did 43 minutes, 5 miles in 43 minutes. I mean, that's good, but I would like to narrow it down some more. I would like to work on it down some more. So yeah, working on that. Yeah. So stay away from motivation, folks. Don't go listen to any motivational audios no more. Turn off the motivational audio. Or you can listen to your motivational audio while you are on the pavement, on the trail, on the river trail, wherever you are, or on the track. Listen to your motivational audio when you are there. But don't try to sit down in the house and listen to any motivational audios. You don't need it. This is work that needs to be done, and we have to do this. And I gotta say something to you here. Runners, people in fitness, and typically, they are very attractive. We're not bragging, not boasting, anything like that, but I just want you to understand that you are more attractive when you are into fitness. Maya, hello, how are ya? So you are into fitness. Please, if you are not into fitness, please get into fitness. Become more attractive It is a pleasure, and I want y'all to go ahead and go do so. Al summary. Yep. That's what I was just discussing the AI summary, mindset for success, discuss self improvement. Is that AI? What the heck? AI summary? Cool. Right on. That's cool, man. Yeah. So these are some of the things that I want you guys to get up and go out there and do. Like, oh, fitness has changed my life, improved my life. Oh, when I step out into the world in the mornings, I can tell you how wonderful I feel about myself. Yes, if you do it too much, yep. Yep. It's like my motto is get fit, stay fit. Get in shape, stay in shape. Get healthy, stay healthy. And when you get on the grind, please stay on the grind. Don't get off. You might not see the results as fast as you want to. And my God, so many people, when they're like, oh, I'm not, it's like, I was 100 and, I was 205 pounds and now I'm at 203 pounds. Yes, keep going. You lost 2 pounds. I know you've been running for 6 months, but you only lost 2 pounds. That is not how compounding works. You got to work with the compounding. Look at those people who you see are shredded up. How you think they got so shredded? By just went into the gym and work out for 3 months? You think so? It takes at least 3 years. I am, exactly. They're looking for the results too early. You will get there. You just keep on doing it day by day. This one guy I like to watch. I think he's called his TikTok is called Johnny Goes Running, I believe. And I think he decided to start to change his life when his daughter was born. And yep, little by little, bit by bit, piece by piece. Because when I just started out running, I wasn't a big runner. Now I can run 20 miles. I believe I can run 30 miles. I haven't tried it yet, but I know if given the opportunity to run 30 miles, which will happen here soon, because there's a whole bunch of 30-mile running, and my friend Tyler, he's good at that stuff, man. This guy is a freaking beast. He's been running these 30 miles like it's nothing. So I need to go up there with him to go run some of these miles up there in Utah. They have a lot of these 30-mile running up there in Utah. The trails are muddy right now, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna check Tyler and see one of these days if you want me and him, because I really want to go run 30 miles with him. So yeah. It is absolutely unbelievable when you start to put in this work here. Let me turn off the heater here, man. Yeah, it's getting hot in here. When you get on this journey here, and you start to feel that feeling, it's not a feeling of superiority or anything like that, or feeling like you are better off than anybody else. That is not what is going on here. It's more like I can accomplish. Running makes me think I can accomplish things, because even on those days when it was like really hard for me to run 5 miles, it was very difficult for me to run 5 miles at one point. Now 5 miles is nothing. I can just go run 10 miles if I want to easily, and it wouldn't bother me one bit. Days when I want to run 5 miles, and I would be running and I would be thinking about it over and over and over and over and over. And I know there was a block in my mind somewhere, and I need to get over it as while I keep running. Like right now, there's a block in my mind right now because I'm in the 8s right now. My highest is 8.09. I'm trying to beat that to get into the 7s. Inshallah, I will get there. Okay? So, it's a block in my mind. And then after a while, I break through and I did 5 miles. Then I did 7 miles. Then I did 8 miles, 10 miles, 12 miles, 13 miles, 16 miles. I did 20 something miles, and I did 24 miles before. So I need to do 30 miles now in order for me to feel, be at peace with that goal in my head, because these are the goals that I set for myself, and then I am not going to stop until I do it, right? Yeah. So do the work, folks. When you get up, because I hear people talk all the time. They are saying that, well, I don't have time to do this, and I don't have time. Maybe that's true, but I don't believe you should just sit down there making up a whole bunch of excuses to not do the things that you actually want to do. This is your life, and you want to be fit, you want to be healthy, you want to be more attractive. Don't believe them. Especially when I hear these women. Exactly. I don't care if it's 5 minutes, but just do something. You will eventually extend that over a period of time. Especially these women, when I hear them sometimes, oh, I love me a fatty. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. That might be true. Do I believe her? No. No, I don't. You want to tell me? No, Keisha, if I was 250 pounds, would you still find me just as attractive as I am right now? You want me to believe that stuff? I don't. So, please don't listen to that stuff, folks. It's better if you are shredded up, and she hates shredded guys. It's better that way. Opposing to if you are overweight, and then she's lying to you, telling you her crap. No, we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be shredded up, coming out here, looking appealing, looking attractive. Right. Exactly. So, yeah, I'm not buying into any of that stuff. And right now, so it's like, what, a year and 3 months now since I'm on this journey here doing this, putting in this work. And I want to go up to a year and 6 months. So 3 months from now, and by the way, I'm pushing towards 500 days right now. So in 18 days, I will hit my 500-day mark, since I've been working out and running. So I'm pushing towards, I will hit the 500-day mark right after Christmas. I'll hit it. And, and I'm looking forward. What should I do next? I think I'm going to continue on, because I might just continue on for 1,000 days. Who knows? I know, it's not easy to do, but we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll get there, right? So don't listen to what other people are telling you. How do you feel about yourself? Don't lie to yourself. I mean, you can lie to everybody else, but do not lie to yourself. You know deep down inside that the weight that you have on is preventing you from a beautiful relationship with that special person that you want to get into a relationship with. And you sitting down here talking about, oh, I'm big breasted, I'm big bones, I'm this. Maybe those things are true. Maybe. But can you do anything to reduce the weight so that you can get with the person who you desire? Or you're going to have to settle for somebody who you hate to be around? That 6 foot something guy that you want to get the date with, the Chad, 6 foot Chad, 6 foot Tyrone, you want to get the date with? Lose the weight. You have a better shot, better chance of getting that guy. Don't listen to what they are telling you, okay? Men, we do not have any problem with you and your weight. You know why? Because we have no intention of giving you a ring. We're not going to marry you, so we don't care. You don't know that. That's why we come and be like, okay, she's a fatty, sleep with her, but we're never going to give you a ring. We're not, and Maybe you're not looking for a ring, but you are looking for something serious and something long term. At least most of you women are. I know some of you just don't want you. Some of you just want to be passed around. That's okay. Not judging you, not bashing you. I have no time for that. But for those of you who want a serious relationship, I'm telling you, fitness is the way to go. Get in shape. Don't listen to what everybody else is talking about. When you and your special person go over to the Johnson's house or wherever you got invited to the party and you show up with your guy, big and buff, and you are just tiny and healthy, tiny, fit body, and your friend is still big bone, they're gonna be some jealousy there, okay? She's lying to herself because she's telling you how big breasted and big bone she is. All of that crap that she's telling you, the whole thing is a lie. She's coping. The truth is, she wants to lose the weight so she can get the guy that she truly wants to be with. She she would really like to get in bed with Tyrone. 6'3" Tyrone, big muscles. That's the guy she wants. But she's lying. She's out here telling you, oh, it doesn't matter. But deep down, she's saying, I'm settling for this loser that I'm dating here. Bloody loser. He's 5'6". He's doesn't make a lot of money. Nice guy, kind guy, caring guy, loves her. She doesn't like him very much, right? That's not the guy she wants. Okay, you don't want to put yourself in that situation. Guys like us, I'm 5'8". I don't fit what they call what they call these guys, high value guys. I don't fit the description. There are certain characteristics I have which would measure me up in a certain way to these guys, but in height, no, I'm not gonna make it up in height. I can make it up in fitness. It's a good chance in the future I can make it up in my income. I can grow my income bigger. That will happen in the future sometime soon. Okay? Do not listen to what they are telling you. Now is not the time to sit down here and listen to a whole bunch of BS. You know it is not true. Men, I'm talking to like men right now. Get up off of the couch. Get up off of the couch. Put on your running shoes. You don't have one? Please go online, order a running shoes from Amazon. It will be at your house in 24 hours if you decide on the type of shipping that you choose. Put on the damn shoes and get out there, get on the pavement, start running. You don't need to run 5 miles like I'm doing right now, like I did today. Run a block. Turn around, go back home, take off the shoes, or you can keep it on. Go down to the gym. You don't need to work out for it. Spend 15 minutes in the gym, 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe. Get out of there. We do not want you in there that long. Reason for that is, if you stay in the gym for a long period of time, we don't develop the tolerance for it. You can become discouraged because it becomes too hard. We don't want that. That's why I recommend 5 minutes in the gym. In the beginning, 5 minutes. Get in there for 5 minutes. Do whatever, treadmill, whatever workout you're going to do. But once your clock says 5 minutes, I want you to grab your stuff. Run the hell out of there. Do not stay in there. The reason why I'm saying that, the longer you stay in there, the more discouraged you're going to become. We want you to build up the habit first of going to the gym. So I want you to go to the gym and work out for little time. Get out. I want you to do this over a long period of time. I recommend 100 days straight. This is how you're going to build up the commitment to it, because it's a muscle. These things are muscles. They have to be developed. Okay? Commitment. The discipline. Discipline is a muscle. You have to work on it. Work over a period of time. Okay? Consistency has to be developed. Has to be worked on. over a period of time. That is how I develop my discipline. Anything at all I'm gonna do 100 days straight. Like right now, I'm trying to not trying. I'm doing. I want to remove any old pain, from past hurt, pain from the past hurt, any of that stuff. I want to remove them from my mind right now, and I understand that I have to be on this journey here for at least 100 days before I probably can see any results. I might see results faster because of other things I have going on in my life, and my life is relatively positive in a huge way. Right? I don't have a lot of things that pulling me left and right and so forth. I don't have that happening right now, right? So I live a relative peaceful life, calm, positive, great friends. People love me. I love them. We look out for each other in so many different ways. That's going on for me. Now, for you, it might be harder. You might be in a relationship which it sucks. It's just not working out, and you guys can get along. You might be having a harder time to make the change, make the shift. This is when you need to go to the healing process. And this is when you're going to have to get out of where you are, move to a new environment, start right there. So great. The people who I like to target, because it's easier. Let's say you are in a loving relationship. Man, you can do this. You can do this thing here fast because you have a woman who beside you or man beside you who who supports you and loves you and wants to see you do better. Well, let's say the person does not want you to be doing better than them and so forth, right? It is going to be bad, okay? And we don't want that to happen, all right? So this is why we're gonna have to pick people, pick a partner who we can actually, work with, or who can work with us. It's easier that way. If your partner and you're not getting along, it can be very bad, and it's harder for you to make progress that way. So this is why single people is faster. They can do this thing here faster because they do not have a lot of things pulling them east and west. All they gotta do, just let go off of the things that's preventing them, stopping them, preventing them, hindering them, stopping them from moving forward. All they gotta do, just let some of those things go and start to do things, that they like. You can speed it. You can speed this thing like I'm doing right now. Mine, frequency, energy, vibe, all that stuff right now is speeding up. It's moving faster now because I have to learn how to navigate. I look at things that caused me pain in the past and I do not do them at all. I don't touch them. I don't look at them. Right? So that's it. That's it for me now. This is what I do with my life now. Okay? So these are some things that I had to, come out here and, share with you, my brothers and sisters, and hopefully, I help out there in some way, shape, or form. And don't forget to get in shape. You better get in shape. You must do this. And if you don't, you can suffer the consequence. Women don't have to worry too much. It doesn't matter how they look, there is still a guy out there who will take him and love him. Okay? Men, me and you, at our height, 5'8", I'm not saying I'm a bad looking dude, but we are just average looking guy. I hate to say this. Average man in today's world does not get treated fairly. You remember those guys, the blue collar, the blue collar guys? These were guys that go out there and take care of the water. You see them wake up in the morning at 5 a.m., go down to the water treatment plant and take care of the water and clean the sewage and make sure that we have lights and computer and everything that's running. Blue collar people. These guys should be treated with so much bloody respect. These guys are the guys who fix your car. when the mechanics, these are your plumbers, your electrician, chefs, gives us great food. These are the people. We should be treating these people with huge respect, loving them, caring for them. Those guys do not get the respect that they deserve. Oftentimes, they are 5'6", 5'7", maybe 5'9", if they are lucky. And typically, it's a shame they are not getting the woman that they desire to pair up with and have children with. Why? Because they are called average guy. And that's where me and you fall. This is why we're going to have to do a little bit more than what we are doing right now, in order for us to get from where we are to where we need to go, right? We cannot expect to work at the hotel, or work at the fast food place, work at the grocery store, and expect to get a woman to take us seriously. Maybe some women will, but for the most part, most of them are just not going to. And that is where we are right now as average men. Hate to say it. So that's why one of the ways how you can better yourself, fitness. You've got to take the fitness route. It's not easy, but it's probably one of the most logical route you can take. You can go the entrepreneur route, and the entrepreneurs are gonna tell you, go to the gym. Okay? So I don't care what you do. Your wife will tell you, hey, Tom, you're putting on some weight here. Don't like it. Okay? It's not cool. Not being in shape is not cool. Don't listen to what they are telling you. Or if your wife don't tell you, deep down, it's in here. And she's looking at you to be like, my God, I am with this worthless son of a gun. He wouldn't even go down to the gym. He wouldn't go run, wouldn't go work out. What the hell am I even doing with him? She might not say that out loud, but she's thinking those things. Okay? So my brothers, please, stop, put down the video game for a little bit. Okay? Go outside. Take an hour. But for yourself, for your physical fitness. This is huge and this is really helpful. And you need to do this. You don't need to negotiate. This should be non-negotiable. I don't care if you have to get a babysitter for an hour. And you're gonna leave that kid with, with your neighbor Emily for a little bit. You know what I mean? Exactly. Yep. Eat healthy. That's another one. Right? I eat mostly chicken and rice, so I don't put on any weight. Chicken and rice makes you don't put on weight. So that's what I eat mostly. So I figured out. I'm like, a long time ago, I'm like, all right, let me just have my protein here and some rice and I'm good. Yeah. So if you have to give your daughter or your son to your neighbors, like, hey, here, Emily, can you please watch Joey for me? Watch little Joey for me. I need to take an hour to go down to the gym and go run. Because look at me, man. My stomach is freaking hanging over my belt. I need to do something about this. This is not right. Right? Put in the work. Do the work. Get out there on the grind. Stay on the grind. Today is day 482 days since I've been putting in the work. And I would encourage you to go out there and do some of the work yourself. 482 days since I've been running. 482 days since I've been working out. And I want more of you to do this. To get in shape, get fit, stay fit. Fitness people are more attractive. Keep that in mind. Bear that in mind. You are more attractive when the more you continue to work on your fitness. I don't care how old you are. Let's say you are a woman. And typically when you get older, it's just true. the guys who used to come around looking for you are not looking for you really anymore. They are just not. Okay? So the attention goes down. That might be good for your future guy, because I do not want too many guys to be coming after you while I'm coming after you. No, I don't. But the attention is not there anymore. It's not like when you were 20 years old, 19 and 20 years old, okay? Now, you 40 years old, 45, even 50, even 52 years old. Don't care. And you need to get a bit more attention. I see this all the time. Once these women got into the gym, get in shape, when you see the amount of attention these women are getting, the good thing is she doesn't like most of them, you know? So that's the good thing. Huh? Okay, so it looks like my life is going to be end here soon, so I'm gonna have to get off because my life is going to... What the hell is going on here? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here, but this thing is not going to let me keep my life. They're gonna kick me out of here. Yeah, they're gonna kick me out of here, I think. So I guess I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, they're gonna kick me out of here. All right then, folks. I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to get out of here, folks, because this thing here is just not helping. Yeah, this is not right, man. Yeah, this is not helpful at all. I was just about to freaking... Yeah, I was just about to be talking to you guys about some good stuff, and yep, screw me over. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get out of here. All right then, folks. I will catch up with you soon, because this has been madness. I did not know TikTok does this. All right, don't forget, folks, to go to my YouTube channel. It's Peace and Calm. Is my name, Ray Needham. Go to my YouTube channel, please. Like and subscribe. Get me up to 1,000. Get me to 1,000 subscribers if you guys could. That would be nice if you guys could do that for me. Go to my YouTube channel. It's my name, Ray Needham. It's Peace and Calm. My handle, and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and get me up to 1,000 subscribers. That would be nice if a lot of you could do that, because these bastards are not letting me get back into... They're not let me get back on here. So yep, I'm screwed. TikTok is crushing me right now. It's like not letting me do what I want to do. All right, folks. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. I'm gonna have to log out of TikTok. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye. I'm gonna have to log out of TikTok. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.